Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going for French Grand Prix in Lake Castellet. As you can see, the track itself has numerous configurations, around 200 plus configurations, but it's usually the two races which we had in 2018 and 19 were pretty boring because the overtaking was difficult. Anyway, let's move on to qualifying one. As you can see, it's always a pit straight and then sharp braking with left and right king. Then another flat out section, and then heavy braking towards right and left corner, and it scoops towards the left, and then heavy braking towards the right, a 90-degree turn, and then you have to accelerate as fast as possible so that you'll have a top speed. And then it's a flat out section here, and DRS open, and then straight, a very long straight, around 350, maybe 347, yeah, 348, and then heavy braking towards left and right king. This corner is very tricky if I lose something like this, and you'll lose a lot of time. But anyway, another flat out section towards another flat out right hand section. There is no lifting here, so you can go flat out, and then towards the right hand Le Fusée, which is like a spoon curve, but I think it's very tricky in this corner. And then another tricky corner where you have to touch the apex, otherwise you lose a lot of time, which I couldn't do there. But this lap is Q1 as usual. Q1 is fight for the top 15, so you should be able to easily this lap should be easily a top 10 lap, so no worries there. And that's the end of qualifying one. So I got around top 4, which is not bad. And let's move on to qualifying 2. So as usual, it's a straight DRS open and left right king. This corner is pretty hard to judge because the braking point you have to judge perfectly, and then it goes down so that you'll not know where the corner is and where the apex is. But it's all about judgmental. Sometimes you'll miss, sometimes you'll not miss. And then this section is pretty good. For me, I mean, I love this section. So it's all technical corners. So you can gain a lot of time as well as lose a lot of time if you do mistakes. And that's about this, and straight line with the DRS open. It's pretty good track, I would say. One of my best tracks. I'm pretty quick in this track, even though I'm not up to the mark as Daniel Ricciardo. Usually they are faster in qualifying. In race pace, I should be able to maintain towards the front runners, especially Daniel Ricciardo and Mercedes, Bottas and Hamilton. But let's see how it goes throughout the race. And this Le Fusée, it's tricky corner, but I got the apex perfectly. And let's hope I'll get an apex here. Almost, yeah, it's perfect lap till now. Hopefully it's a top 1 or top 2 lap. And this is a hairpin bend at the end, which is very tricky. If you don't nail the apex, it's difficult. And that's the end of Q2. And as you can see, I got top 2, but even then half a second slower than my teammate. And move on to qualifying 3. So I don't know, I mean, this weather looks tricky, and if you can see that sunlight is in front of you, it's very difficult to maneuver if your sunlight is at top of you. So yeah, I don't know in real life how Formula 1 drivers maneuver like this, because it is very tricky, and you cannot see the track properly. But anyway, that part went, and now it is easier. And I'm aiming for top 3, but let's hope we can get pole position. But Danny Ricciardo is half a second faster than me in both Q1 I think I made a mistake, so it was around 1.2. But in Q2 my lap of perfect lap, but I did not get pole position in Q2. Half a second down. Maybe it is similar in Q3 also. Maybe half a second or less than half a second down. But it's okay. Usually they are faster in qualifying, but in race, when it comes to race, I should be an equal match to Ricciardo, the same piece of machinery. So as you can see, qualifying complete. I made a mistake there, maybe a 10th or 2. I would have lost. Not a perfect lap as in Q1, but let's see how well I do in this qualifying 3. That's the end of penultimate corner, and then that's it. Let's hope for this for the best. I believe it's a second position. Yes, I think that mistake may have cost me, may not have cost also. It depends on how much time I am back compared to Ricardo. It's less than half a second, but finally it wouldn't matter. It's difficult to get pole position when you have a 98 rated driver in my team in the best car. So let's move on.
Welcome along then to France, host of the world famous Tour de France.
Commentary.
But we're not talking two wheels today, we're talking four, in a country widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing back in the late 1800s. We've come a long way since then, and you're about to find out how far. It's time for the French Grand Prix. 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the Circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Daniel Ricciardo has a clear view ahead from pole position, and Kumar completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Sainz, Albon, Norris, and Sergio Perez, Stroll, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Grosjean, Leclerc, Vettel, George Russell, and Nicholas Latifi, Magnussen, De Vries, Giovinazzi, and Mick Schumacher. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this
form. So some setup changes. I am reducing fuel as usual, so that I am faster at the start. Let's hope I can gain on Ricardo, as usual, 1 or 2 ultimate. But Ricardo this time he starts in softs like me, so you will have the same advantage as I have. So I'm not sure whether I can overtake him on the start. Let's see. That's 5 lights. Eliminate. And then it goes. And then, okay, I had a pretty bad start. I did not start properly. And let's hope I can overtake Ricardo on the outside. And oh my god, I missed the braking point, and then Bottas overtook me. Let's hope others Gasly doesn't overtake me. I have to defend myself there. That's a bad start from my side. Let's hope I can catch Bottas and pass him. Bottas shouldn't be a problem for me because he was not at all at my team car's space. So let's hope I can catch him and pass him within 1 or 2 laps. And then in this section, there is no DRS available yet because first 2 laps there won't be any DRS, so we have to maintain the same gap. Let's hope I can catch him here, especially in this corner. The Bottas is weak. As you can see, I'm almost caught. Let's see if I can overtake in this straight. It should be a pretty much easy overtake, as you can see, right hand side. And then overtake is done. So that's about it. And then let's go for Daniel Ricciardo. He's very close. It's 7 tenths only, so I should maintain that gap so that I'll be in the DRS range. Should be possible, I believe. Hopefully he's not having the same pace as in qualifying, like half a second faster than me, but hopefully that's not the case. So he's still 7 tenths of a second ahead of me. Let's hope I can catch him and pass him. So I got a pretty good exit there, so it's still the gap is same, 7 tenths of a second, 8 tenths, and I lost overtake mode there. I used pretty much a lot of overtake mode. Usually per lap it is fixed, so you cannot use beyond that. So as you can see in the below bars, you have green bar above below overtake, and that will show you how much is left for this lap. So if it empties out, then you don't have any overtake mode for that period till the next lap starts. So even though you have 80%, 90%, it is not like you can use 80%, 90% in this whole 1 lap. So let's hope for overtake. I think I cannot overtake. I'm pretty close to Ricardo. Let's hope I do the same thing as Bottas here. So they are pretty slower here, I guess. but I think Ricardo has more pace than both us, so he was quicker there. And I got purple sector 1, green sector 2. Let's hope another purple sector 3. But may not be this lap I can overtake, but definitely I'll overtake Ricardo because I have more pace than him. As I told you, in qualifying they're usually fast, but in race pace I should match them or at least beat them. And this is one of my favorite tracks, so I don't make mistakes. As usually if any other tracks I may make mistake, but in this track I don't make mistakes, especially if I am chasing any car, and also AI which is very fast like Ricardo, so I don't make mistakes. So let's hope it's a green sector and the fastest lap, and DRS is enabled. Let's see if I can overtake. I did not make that corner properly. It's because of dirty air. So if you follow some car in front, you will lose a lot of efficiency of aerodynamics. It's same as in real life. So that's the reason. If you ever wonder that why the cars cannot overtake even though they are close, is because of this. Especially in the corners, you lose a lot of aerodynamical efficiency. But let's hope. And DRS open overtake on. He's trying to defend in the inside. I'm going outside. I'm giving enough space. Yeah, I think I had that corner, but it's his teammate, so I should be generous. So oh my god, he was very slow in that out of that corner exit, so I had to maneuver outside so that I will not hit him. So but this time I am very close to him, as you can see. Hopefully an inside line, but yeah, I couldn't because this Lafuse is very tricky, and I overtook him. That's a great overtake. So that's the end of Ricardo, I hope. And he's coming back in the inside. Okay, I lost the corner. He's coming back in the inside, and yeah, he overtook me. It's very neck and neck, side by side, and I think he has the corner inside line. I had to give him space, and I'm trying to overtake in the inside. Not possible. Maybe in the straight. He was very slow, so I had to go take avoiding action, and he had that corner. Maybe this time I can overtake. I have overtake more down DRS. Towards the outside, he defended the inside line, and towards the outside, I think it's difficult to overtake in the outside. Could not make that apex, but let's see if I can overtake in lap 4. So it's pretty much aggressive driving style. As you can see, both us is nowhere to be seen. It's around 1.6 seconds further, so he won't be able to catch us. But let's hope we don't make mistake. I went wide there. As you can see, I told you right, it's dirty air, so it's difficult to follow. And he's half a second in front, so it's not possible to overtake in this straight. Maybe in the next straight with a lot of overtake usage, I can overtake, I guess. As you can see, it's very slow in this corner where I'm pretty much a lot of time gained there. So hopefully he's very close. I can overtake him towards the inside. Okay, it scoops there, but yeah, I could not touch him. Otherwise, both of us will go and both of us will win. So I have to give a little space to him. So maybe this lap or next lap I should be able to overtake. Let's see. I got this corner properly, so it's 3/10 to 4/10. Pretty much, I think maybe it's DRS and slipstream which is making me hang on to Ricardo. Let's see if after overtaking him whether I will be able to pull away or he will do the same thing what I am doing right now to him. Let's see. DRS open, overtake is over, but I can get it in this lap. So my pit strategy, pit window opened. So let's hope I can overtake here and go to pit stop. So it's pretty close, 4/10. If I don't make any mistake in this section, I should be able to get him in the straight, hopefully. So I think his tire wear is too much, I believe. So that's why he's struggling to maintain the pace. Maybe that's the reason he is not able to pull away. But he still is same 5/10. But this time I should be able to get, because I think he doesn't have overtake. As you can see, it's blinking, so he's less than 20%. Hopefully I can overtake around the outside. Yes, I got him. So that's it, I think. I lost the back end there. Hope Ricardo doesn't come back. He's pretty close, 1.1 seconds. Let's have a look at how the overtaking maneuver done with the replay. So as you can see, I went outside and I gave him enough space. So there is no contact between us. It's very difficult if you have a contact between your teammate itself, as you witnessed in the last race. Canadian Grand Prix, where he's tried to squeeze me, but and he lost the front wing and also lost the positions. So yeah, so this time I should not do the same thing. He's my teammate, so I have to give enough space to him. And that's the overtaking done. I missed that apex corner exit, so it's okay. I think I have this French Grand Prix in my bag, hopefully. And let's go for the pit stop. I think in the next lap, I think Ricciardo will stop. So hopefully I can undercut him and maintain the same amount of pace. Somehow I think Hamilton has overtaken both us. So maybe it's because of the pit stop, because the pit stop is faster than the the race start, because you don't go towards the final corner, so maybe that's why it shows like that. But anyway, that's a pretty good stop, 2.3 seconds, and let's hope I can come out of some empty place. Okay, then I think it's game on. So hopefully I can overtake one of these cars, and then I should be able to come ahead of Ricciardo. Let's hope for that. And Schumacher as well as Giovinazzi. So Haas and Alfa Romeo. So I think I should be able to overtake Schumacher in this straight. He doesn't have the straight line speed. Haas is pretty weak, one of the worst cars. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. He's not even trying to defend. Now he's trying to defend towards the inside, but I can overtake from the outside. As you can see, yeah. So I lost the back end there, but it's okay. It's fine. Nothing happened there. No harm. And hopefully I can overtake Giovinazzi. I'm using a lot of overtake mode, so that's the reason I'm able to gain a lot of place there, a lot of time there to compare to Giovinazzi, and I overtook them. It's pretty easy overtake. Anyway, they are in the older rubber, so they don't have the pace, and also they are the slowest cars, so it's easy. So and there comes the Magnussen. So I may hopefully he doesn't block me because he will be pretty slow in these corners. I have to overtake him, otherwise Ricciardo may come ahead of us. Hopefully, as you can see in the mini map, Ricciardo is coming out of the pit stop, and we are very close. Yeah, so that's it. I think going towards the outside, I'm trying to overtake him, and that's very close. I don't want to touch anything and lose front wing, and that's clean overtake. As you can see, Ricciardo is just behind. We were just ahead of him, so I think we lost a lot of time previously compared to the before my pit stop. I was around half a second to 1 second, but now it was 3/10. So anyway, hopefully Magnussen can hold Ricciardo for a moment, and then we can pull away from him. So, and Ricciardo, as usual, it's pretty easy to overtake. So he has already overtaken, so it's now 0.9 seconds. So he's still in the DRS range. And let's hope he doesn't do the same thing what I did. I was quicker in the softs, maybe he's quicker in the mediums, or it's because of the slipstream as in DRS, which makes you hold on to each other. Let's hope we can pull away. It's 1 second, so it's out of DRS range, but it's very close to DRS range. So it's a tenth or two. So if one mistake, you will be in attacking mode. Hopefully. So it's 1 second, as you can see. Let's hope Ricciardo doesn't do the same thing what I was doing him before pit stops in the soft tires. Yeah, I have 1 lap older tire than Ricciardo because he stopped later than me, but that shouldn't have a massive advantage towards Ricciardo or whoever it is. It's 1 lap, doesn't make that much of a difference. But yeah, it's 0.6 of a second. So you will have a DRS. So hopefully it doesn't pass, because I have a lot of overtake mode, so he cannot pass me. It's once you have all the upgrades, I think you will never go below 40%. I don't know why Ricciardo went below 20%. Maybe he's using throughout his lap continuously to hold me and maintain that position. But I don't use. I always use only in the straights. So it doesn't matter in the corners. So yeah, let's see. It's pretty much same time, 0.9 seconds to 1 second. So I'm just asking Gujev for the update. what others are doing, but there is no one close to us. I think both us is 5 seconds behind, and Hamilton, I don't know what has happened to Hamilton in F1 2020. Usually Hamilton, I think after 2 seasons is not up to the mark. Maybe age is a factor. So usually the both us is pretty quick in this game compared to Hamilton, even though the rating of Hamilton is around 92 or 94. But both us is around 87 or 88. But I don't know, maybe Hamilton is slower. As you can see, there is no difference. Both Hamilton is not able to catch up to both us. He's pretty like 3 seconds behind both us. But I don't know, maybe he has some damage or something. But Hamilton is slowly fading away. Hopefully he does the same thing in this year in the real life. It's pretty boring. One man wins everything. So let's give chance to some youngsters, especially Max. Even though he's arrogant, maybe he's a world champion material and wins this year. Let's hope for today also. French Grand Prix, he got the pole position. Let's hope he can maintain that and win the race, as well as Ferrari can do something and get a podium. Hopefully, podium is difficult for them unless and until someone crashes. Hopefully, it's Hamilton and someone else, not Verstappen or Perez. I don't want them to lose. I want them to win. So let's hope for that. And let's move on to this race. It's pretty much same time gap. There is no difference. 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 4 tenths. But yeah, he's unable to overtake. I think you can come pretty close to front car, but overtaking is different. You should have around 1 second quicker car than the front car. But I think Ricciardo and myself has a similar car. Unless and until I make a mistake, he cannot overtake me. And I have overtake mode on all the time. So in the straights, so there is no way he can. But he has come very close. I think it's 2 tenths to 3 tenths. So I have to do something here. Otherwise, in the straights, he will pull away. So let's hope we can do something here. I'm struggling to maintain the corners because of medium tires. It is usually low grip rubber, but maybe that's the reason I'm struggling. I was very quick in the softs, but in the mediums I'm not so quick. But I have to make sure that I'm maintaining that gap of half a second to 1 second. So let's hope I do this corner pretty well. I think it was good corner, so I got 2 tenths there, and I'll just have to pull away from this Ricciardo, and at least in the straight line I have to use overtake. So as you can see, he's very slow in the straight line. Maybe his overtake mode is depleted, the energy is depleted, or he has some problem with the ERS system. As usual, the components wear out, so the more it wears, the more energy you cannot store. So usually if the energy store component is worn out, you cannot store much energy, or you cannot deploy much energy. So maybe that's the reason he's not able to deploy, and yeah, that could be the reason. Yes, otherwise it should be same as myself. So I'm not losing any energy there. So always 70% above or 60% above, or at least once it is gone, completed the lap. So I exceeded the track limits there. It is pretty close there, but yeah, one warning. So if you get 3 warnings, you'll get a 3 seconds time penalty. Usually in real life it is 5 seconds, but I'm not sure why it is 3 seconds in this game. But anyway, maybe it's because of the short mode, 25% race. Maybe that's the reason they reduced that penalty also, 3 seconds. Who knows? But anyway, this time I got, I think maybe Ricciardo has done some mistake because it was 0.6 seconds and now it's 1.3 seconds. So definitely has made a mistake there. Good for us. So now we have a breathing space between Ricciardo and myself. So as you can see, I think both us is not able to keep up. It was 5 seconds. Now it is 9 seconds, almost 4 seconds faster than them in, I think, in 4 laps or 3 laps, I think. Maybe, yeah, it's around 3 to 4 laps. We gained 4 seconds. Both me and Ricciardo gained around 4 seconds compared to both us, as well as Hamilton. And then that's the pace of our my team car. It's one of the best cars in this field now, and we are pulling away. So it's Ricciardo is still 1.5 seconds, 1.3 seconds behind, and Bottas is 9 seconds, and Hamilton is 12, and then Sainz is 16 seconds. Sainz not bad, pretty good. I think I would say, because even for a McLaren, I think keeping up with Hamilton, it's good. Phil, let's hope we have a similar what do you call race today, French Grand Prix, except for myself being replaced with Max Verstappen and Ricciardo being replaced with Perez, and rest of the oh my god, Hamilton had something happened to Hamilton. Oh my god, he's out of session. Hopefully the same thing happens in the race, but you never know, it's Formula 1. I don't know, maybe some engine problem or something happened in this race, I guess, so we lost it out. So let's move on. Penultimate lap, it's 2 seconds, so Ricciardo, I think he has lost pace, maybe tire wear. He was following me for around 4 laps, so maybe tire wear for him kicked in, and he's losing a lot of time. So 2.3 seconds, he was very close, 0.2 seconds, from 0.2 seconds in lap 11 to 2.2 seconds in one and a half lap. So something happened to him, I guess, Ricciardo. Maybe he lost the ERS to wear, or he lost some tire wear, don't know. Let's see. Usually in the last lap I don't take any risks, so I'll be slower compared to penultimate lap. As you can see, it's only 3/10 slower than my fastest lap in the penultimate lap, and this is the final lap. And let's hope we don't do any mistakes. Usually it's difficult to do mistakes in this normal tracks compared to street circuits. In street circuits, if you do one mistake, the penalty is huge. But in this one, even though if you lose and you go out of this track, you can still come back and doesn't lose some much time, especially in races where you have some breathing space. But anyway, Ricciardo crawled back that around half a second. He has crawled back. Maybe it's something to do with overtake mode. He didn't have any energy. Maybe that could be the reason. But I lost the back end there. I was eager to put the throttle, but yeah, that's how it is. It's last lap, so you feel like you want to win faster, but the back end is not able to take that much amount of torque, so it spins out. But anyway, moving on to the last few corners, La Pouze. It's very tricky, but it's also very fun to drive there. Yeah, so it's 1.5 seconds maintained, and that's penultimate corner, then towards the hairpin bend, and final section, that's around 1.3 seconds. And Ricciardo had only one chance to overtake, but he couldn't do it. So that's it, guys, a race victory, 4 in a row. And let's hope I get driver of the day, but you never know. Yes, no, sorry, it's not me. For a moment I thought it is me, but Romain Grosjean, I don't know how. Maybe he's in AlphaTauri, so AlphaTauri is a better car than Haas, so maybe that's why he's able to overtake a few cars without crashing. But anyway, that's it, I think. Thank you, guys. Today, let's hope, as my prediction, let's hope Hamilton gets some engine issues, and Verstappen, let's hope he can win without any issues, and Sainz hopefully top 4. Let's see how it goes. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe and share, and also press notification bell icon for more videos. And after this, highlights will follow after celebrations, of course. And thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Make their way out onto the podium. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. Kumar increases their championship lead. Some amazing talent.
fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. How good does it feel to have both cars in your team take the top spots? Your teammate is up on the podium today. This is a great thing for the team, isn't it? Great, well that's everything.